Most effective way for you to gain 1,000 horsepower on a 5.7 Hemi Ram. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys right now in this video. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Good afternoon. Hope you guys are having a great day. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys one of the best single turbo kit I believe that you could get out there right now for your Ram. If you plan on making 1,000 wheels, well, capable, if you want to make 1,000 wheels, and it's also capable of making 1,000 wheels, and you don't have to, when I say 1,000 wheels, sometimes, you know, most of the time people think to make 9 times out of 10, that's how it is, to make 1,000 wheels you gotta spend over at least like 10 grand. But I'm gonna be sharing with you guys right now, doing my research on one of the best turbo kit if you plan on boosting your Ram, for a 5.7 Hemi Ram that is capable of making 1,000 horsepower. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But if you're here for your first time on the channel, guys, I need you guys. I want to say I definitely appreciate you taking your time out your day to click on this video. And also, if you are a fan of Mopar and on this channel for your first time, this is my 2014 Dodge Ram, and this truck pretty much is bone stock. Couple of lowering springs, has got a lower, got a cool air intake on here, but nothing really crazy done to it yet. But this truck is pretty much what this channel is about, and we got a lot of cool things, mods and stuff coming for this truck within the next upcoming months or weeks or so. So if you want to stick around, definitely I would appreciate that. Help support your boy. Click that subscribe button. So now, if you plan on making 1,000 wheels with your Hemi Ram, now this kit is only strictly, I know, for the 4th generation Ram, I believe. So if you want to make 1,000 wheel horsepower, I believe this kit is capable of making, that's what it says, capable of making 1,000. Now, just keep it out there. I don't have this on my car. I'm thinking about, on my truck, I'm thinking about doing something like this yet, until I could do my swap on my truck. But now, the reason why I'm recommending this kit, I have spoke about this kit before in the past, but there's a couple cool things about it I find kind of interesting. Is pretty much a straightforward bolt-on kit. And then also, one of the biggest things that I noticed is the price that you pay out the door. Probably going to be paying at least $4,500 with add-ons or somewhere around there. Now, this is the cheapest, I wouldn't say cheapest, but I would say this is like a cheap, very effective way for you to see your truck getting at least to 1,000 wheels, which is kind of insane. I've done my research. There's not just single cabs, but I know there's another Ram out there that's a quad cab like mine, pretty much. It was a bone stock truck. I think he said he only had like cams on there, but he runs 12 with that setup on his truck, and pretty much there's nothing really like, it's kind of cool, because 9 times out of 10, most of the time, from knowing what I know, being a stock Ram and not really changing too much, sometimes it could cause your whole motor and stuff like that to blow. And sometimes, I mean, from, you know, what I think pretty much. But with that being said, I want to say I think that this kit is like the best route for you to go if you planning on trying to make some power and you don't want to spend over 10 grand. And that's another thing too, like nowadays, you gotta understand, if you're trying to make some real power, especially if you want to go Whipple, like for a Whipple supercharger nowadays is like pretty much like 7 grand. I think 8 grand. Also, now there's a lot of things that come in a factor that you gotta change pretty much, and you're gonna be spending over, at least just for a Whipple supercharger alone, you're looking at close to 10 grand. With this kit, this is not a sponsorship, I'm just being real honest, because I like this kit. And definitely want to get one of these. I'm definitely thinking about getting one of these before I end up doing a swap on this truck. And from what I've seen, that there's a lot of things that you really don't have to change with this kit on your truck. If you got a stock truck, you know, there's not really much you got to do, but you are most definitely going to be spending under 10 grand, which is a huge plus. Me, when it comes to car parts or whatever, this and that, I personally think that I like to save money. You know, I don't just like to blow money, this and that, on car parts and stuff. Obviously, I like to save in whichever way that I could. But I've seen some of the reviews about this, and I see a lot of good reviews. And like I said, it's not just the single cab Rams that have the on-3 single turbo kit. There's few things on there that I think that they were saying that you have to add on and stuff when you buying the kit. The kit itself is around, like, I think $3 grand or $2,500, somewhere around there. But out the door, you probably, with all the add-ons, probably gonna be looking at least like $4 grand. Now, this is like the best. I think that this is like the best effective way for your truck. If you coming out the wild like me, trying to make some power, I think like this is the best effective way ever for you to definitely put some power down with your truck, especially if you got a Ram. And to see a kit like this being for a Ram is definitely super cool. I think it's definitely something that I would definitely say I could see myself getting for my truck, because like overall, like the quality, pretty much the fitment of everything, you know, doing my research and seeing like similar Rams like mine, having that on there, and they had a very good review about the product. And I feel like you can't really beat that nowadays, man. You can't beat that with you trying to make for you to be able to be capable of getting at least 1,000 to the wheels with your truck. Like, you know how pricey that is nowadays. There's a lot of things that you got to change up, but for a kit like this, being turbo kit, definitely I'll say it's definitely worth you spending that $4,500 or $3,500 and stuff like that. Now, this is just me recommending this to anyone that's planning on, you know, if you got a stock truck like me and you want to make some power, I would definitely say to look into doing something like this to start off with. Definitely a 10 out of 10, I'll say. And I'm definitely trying to get my hands on one of these for my truck too. Would definitely be cool. Like, I'm a Whipple guy at the end of the day. I like the Whipple supercharger, but I think that this overall saved me a lot of money, and overall definitely a good kit for these Ram trucks. I would definitely say that, you know, it's worth the try, and it's definitely something I can definitely say you guys can look forward to within the next year or so, a couple months and stuff for this truck. Something that I'm gonna be doing. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.